Hello, good morning, everybody. I oh gosh, this has been just like the last week has just been so long and I am wiped out. So I'm going to be taking a little tiny YouTube vacation because I'm so tired. God, this has just been exhausting. I think I'm on a delay. I think StreamYard is not caught up with YouTube yet. So I'm just gonna wait just a second for this to catch up. You're gonna have to tell me when you guys can hear me. I don't know why it's not going. It says it's on. It says it's on. You have to tell me when you can hear me. I think okay, you can hear me now. StreamYard is the past couple of days, StreamYard has been like significantly ahead of YouTube. So anyhow, I just want to come on real quick. I just have a couple of things to say, and and then I need a couple of days to for a break because this has been exhausting. I never in a million years thought that it was going to be what it is. I have listened to David's stories so many times. I'm having like nightmares about the things that he's described, and I don't know how anybody who works with law enforcement or CPS that deals with this stuff on a daily basis, I don't know how they do it. I could not do that job. I couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't deal with that. That would just so I was going to make a standalone video, um, but I decided to come and just read it. I actually have something written, which I know is abnormal. Um, but then I noticed that there was a comment that or a post that David put on his Facebook page, which is this from which I didn't know about till 2 days ago. Hang on, my laptop wants to restart, and that's not going to be happening. So there's that. Okay, there we go. The last few hours have been just the things you said about my wife. Look, say what you want about me, but leave my wife out. This is insane and childish. Can we just stop this? And then there's that fun question mark, right? The spacing, right? Yeah. I'm not going on YouTube anymore, and I'm done with my interviews. This has broken me into tears reading all the hurt and hearing what you say. You do not know me and don't pretend to. Thank you for all the tears and slander. I hope to God that he never comes back here again. With regards to Amanda, his wife, I never said ever that she was a cam girl. I never ever said that. I don't know why he thinks that's what I said. I didn't. What I was trying to say was that I believed that Amanda was using a fake photo as a profile photo. That's what I was trying to say. That's all. And that I had found the same photo on that adult website. I never said that that was her. I was just pointing it out that I didn't believe that was her. My point was to prove that that was not her in the photo. That was my point, was to prove that her profile picture is not of her. Anyhow, so I'm exhausted. This has been exhausting. I have never, I can't tell you. So I'm going to read something. This was really like weighing heavy on me last night. Just this whole, after we had done the conversation with Brian and James, and it was like, whew, you know, after all of the dust had settled, I was like, well, wait a minute, I have something to say about myself. And I didn't realize until I was going to bed last night that David has now made me a victim, just as he did everyone else. And so that's why I'm here. And I have something I want to say. I wrote it out. Like I say, I planned on just putting it out a standalone video, but I want to read it live, and which I don't ever usually do. I wanted to make sure it had everything I wanted to say. So I won't be able to see you guys while I'm doing this. It's about 4 pages long, so I'll do my best. When I began researching David Solomon almost a week ago, it never crossed my mind that it would turn into this. My intention was simply to prove or disprove the allegations made by David. Within a day or two, I realized that not only the allegations were false, but there were actual, real victims intertwined in this mess. That's when my intentions changed, and I began to fight for David's victims. I endured some of the worst attacks by people I don't know, but I stayed the course because it was the right thing to do. People said the worst of the worst things about me, but I kept going because I knew that I had to do something to fix what was wrong. That's who I am. I try to right wrongs. I have spent my entire life helping people. That's what I do. That's who I am. I have defended those who could not defend themselves. I have advocated for victims of violent crimes. I have helped put one of the worst child predators in life for prison. I have cared for people who have been maimed and tortured and abused, children who have been set on fire, or have had boiling hot water poured on top of them by their parent or their caregiver. I have watched them in pain because of their burns. I have put my life in danger to save the lives of people I did not know. A woman being brutally beaten by her boyfriend in a parking lot. A young child being battered in the middle of Walmart. An elderly woman being robbed on the sidewalk. I have received death threats for speaking out against the murderers of Crystal Rogers and Tommy Ballard. And I regret nothing, and I would do it all over again without hesitation. Was it scary? Absolutely. Was I afraid? Am I afraid? Absolutely not. Because I have faith in God. I know that God has a plan for me. I was put on this earth for a reason, and God has kept me safe. If ever comes a time when my life ends in the process of saving another life, I accept that, because that's what God's plan was for me all along. And because I believe these things, the Word of God, what is there to be afraid of? David Solomon contacted law enforcement about me, telling them I am a child trafficker. How many real victims were there that did not get help because he wasted the time of that investigator? The fact that David Solomon has now lied about me, accused me of being a child trafficker, he has lied to the police, that speaks volumes about the kind of person he really is. David intentionally lied to law enforcement to get back at me. That's who David really is. He's no victim. He's a predator. He's a criminal. He's a phony and a fraud. David Solomon creates victims. He's evil, pure evil, and I feel no pity for him. To come into our community and tell us all that he's a victim of child trafficking, to lie right to our faces about something that we are also passionate about preventing, how disgusting is that? He has exploited and victimized Maddie Soto, Sebastian Rogers, and Summer Wells. Haven't they been victimized enough? Not only that, but David has turned real child predators into victims, specifically Stephan Sterns. David Solomon has now made Stephan Sterns a victim, someone who, in my opinion, is the epitome of pure evilness against children, is now a victim. What if Stephan's defense team gets wind of this? Could this create some reasonable doubt in his case? What if? And Jennifer Soto. David Solomon has made Jennifer Soto a victim, someone who, I believe, knew about the sexual abuse of Maddie and did nothing. She's now a victim too, all because of David. and the countless others who simply tried to help David, such as James and Shiloh. They took him in and cared for him out of the kindness of their hearts. Brian Davis and his entire family, casualties of the war known as David Solomon. Stephen Reimers, who David scammed out of an obscene amount of money, and he can't be located by his family anymore. I don't know if he's missing, but his family can't find him. Steve Long, a retired correctional officer who spent his career helping individuals in need of mental health care. An officer who assisted on calls to care for the mental health of an individual rather than sending an individual to jail. And many others who wish to remain nameless. One of his victims told me a story about how David, aka Solomon, physically harmed this person, locked this person in a basement, and made threats. Another victim who protects young children on a daily basis, who went out of the way to help reunite David and his mother at one point, who David has now publicly accused of the most horrendous things. To be clear, as if I need to, I did not traffic children. I did not traffic anybody. I did not abuse anyone. I did not harm anyone. I did not sell anyone. I did not kidnap anyone. I did not participate in any such activities. I did not witness such things. Nothing, no. And I have never, nor will I ever do any of those things. Ever. I am not afraid of David because I know that God is by my side. Perhaps this is the reason that I was sent to the true crime community. Maybe this was God's plan for me all along. Maybe that's why he sent me here. For this very reason. Because I'm so outspoken. Because I stand up for the victims. Maybe that's why I'm here. I will always defend the victims. I will always protect the victims. Nothing or no one will ever make me change who I am and what I am about and what I believe in. At the end of the day, I find comfort in knowing that I played a part in helping clear the names of innocent people, and I know that God will deal with David when the time is right. I appreciate all of the support and all of the thank yous, but the people who deserve to be thanked are David's victims for not being afraid to speak out against their perpetrator, for not being afraid to tell their truths. To me, they are the bravest people I have ever met. Any victim who stands up and speaks against their victimizer has bravery that I cannot comprehend. Hopefully, this will serve as an example and a reminder to our community on how we can cause damage to innocent people. That's not who we are. That's not what we do. We're supposed to be here for the victims, not to create them. And to those people who think that they can come into our community and lie and exploit the children and adults that we love and fight for on a daily basis, take this as a warning. Doing that is not in your best interest. I promise. Trust me, I promise. Trust me, I promise. Trust me, I promise. Facts. So once I wrote that down, I had this huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I was like, I could breathe again, and it's all worth it. Everything that I have done and all of the hatred I have endured and the backlash that I have received, I would do it all over again if I had to. I don't regret anything. And I want to make a mention about T-Rev and Manimal. I want to commend both of those men for standing up and taking the videos down, for being good creators on YouTube, not putting themselves ahead of this situation for monetary purposes. Those two men stood up and took that stuff down when obviously that would be a big money maker for them. That, in my opinion, that is amazingly fantastic that those two men with those huge channels took it upon themselves to take that down despite losing the money. they were, you know what I'm saying? That shows what a good creator is. When somebody voluntarily takes a video down that could be the most profitable, when they take it down because they know that it hurts people, I commend that. I commend that, and I always will. And I am so grateful that I had the opportunity to speak with T-Rev. Yeah, the integrity. That's definitely the right word, sweet tea. I'm so glad that I have had the opportunity to speak with T-Rev, because I really wanted to thank him personally. I wanted to personally thank him for being such a gentleman and taking that down and getting rid of that. I don't really know anything about him, but that to me speaks volumes about the kind of character that he is, that he has, the kind of guy that he is, to take something that's gold that could get him a lot of money, and he voluntarily took it down. And actually, when I was speaking to him, and then the next caller that he spoke with, he said, "I don't want to talk about David Solomon anymore. He's, I'm done with him. He's ruined things. We need to move on." That right there, that video, that live stream, I think when I left, it had like 22,000 views. That speaks a lot about that guy. I don't know anything about him, like I say, but I know enough to say that in this particular circumstance, in this particular situation, he has proven to me that he's a great guy. So, and the same with Manimal, Rich. The fact that Rich took those videos down and acknowledged, that it's not right to have them up. Same thing for him. I really appreciate that. These creators with these huge, massive channels could easily keep it up there for primary, like for self-serving reasons, just to make a profit, to be selfish. They could have used that continually for a extended period of time to profit, and they both chose not to. And that is amazing. And so if anyone in here is a regular of T-Rev or friendly or whatever, could you please pass along to him this message that I'm saying, that I want to reiterate how grateful I am for him being such an upstanding human being with regards to this situation, and the fact that he publicly said, "We're done. Let's move on from this guy. This guy's ridiculous. He's taken away from Maddie's case." So proud of that guy. So proud of that guy. So proud. That makes me feel proud of our community. I feel proud of our community. Those big channels, they can make a crap ton of money, but they did the right thing. And that says a lot. That says a lot to me. So hopefully David will leave us alone. I actually contacted the detective that talked to me again, and expressed my concerns for the young child that is in the care of David, and I don't know what's going to happen from that, but I feel a lot better that I told someone. Yeah, Noodle and Cheetah's mom says, "I had unsubscribed from his channel after David Solomon was on. We'll consider going back if he indeed took it down. I'm ready to move on after this." Absolutely. Yep, it's all taken down. He took it down voluntarily at his own free will. The both of them did, and they chose the right thing to do over money, and that speaks a lot about people on YouTube. And so if you unsubscribed, if you were frustrated with them, I would offer out to you that give them another chance, because they did do the right thing at the end of the day. I don't think I don't think that we should hold this against them. Um, you know what I mean? I don't think it should be held against them. They kind of got wrapped up in this thing like a tornado. But they did right the wrong. So if you were a fan and you left, I think you should go back. I'm asking you to please go back. Um, but anyhow, so I I feel a level of comfort in knowing that I have alerted law enforcement to the concerns about the small child in the custody of David. I don't know if they'll find him, but at least I told someone, and at least it's been put on um, a police report. A police report was taken about it, and at least it exists on a police report, and that is good for me. That makes me feel a whole lot better knowing that that exists on a police report. So if ever comes a time in which a CPS kind of department gets involved, there is documentation from this time to potentially back up the claims that perhaps that child is in danger and perhaps could help get that child to something more safe for him. I feel a whole lot better about that. So there we have that. I really don't have much else to say. Um, I just wanted to get this out there, clear my name as if I needed to. I know I didn't need to, but I wanted to make sure that I got my voice heard. And I'm ready to take a break. I'm ready for a vacation. Oh, that's unpleasant. Um, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, maybe somebody could pass that. Maybe somebody could pass along that word to him. Speaking to my mods, um, maybe somebody could. I don't know if Sonia is still in here. Um, apparently, there's some material that's still up that needs to be removed. But I do want to speak about Sonia specifically because uh, she had the integrity to come back to me and apologize for treating me poorly. And it takes a really upstanding human being to admit when they were wrong. And I want to thank her for doing that. I know that her heart was in the right place when this started. I know that her heart was in the right place. Um, I don't fault her for that. And I just want to say thank you, um, Sonia, because not many people would not many people would take accountability like you have. And I really appreciate that you have done that. And I think that you're an amazing person. That shows me what kind of character that you are. Your character is amazing. So I love you guys so much. So much. I can't even tell you. But I need a break after all of this. I'm going to take some days off because this is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. And if this continues to be a problem, I don't care. I don't care. I will continue to fight and advocate for the victims. That's who I am. That's what I do. I don't care. I'm not afraid. I know God will protect me. I know that God will help me find the right thing to do. And the right thing to do is to help people who don't have a platform like I do, to offer a place for them to come and tell their truth. And I have always been, and I will always be, a place for anybody to come, to feel safe, to tell their story if they want to. I would never turn anybody down. I would never turn my platform down for any victim that needs to just speak about what's happening to them. And I'm so grateful that Brian and James came and told their truths, and I can't thank them enough. And I'm so glad that they did. I'm I'm sure that was probably absolutely terrifying and scary for them. The fact that they came on a camera in front of all of you guys on camera and told you all every possible thing, everything. Um, I can't. I'm very proud of them. I'm glad they did. I'm glad that I was a part. I'm glad that I was a platform, a way for them to do that. I, I'm very proud. I'm very proud that I could serve that purpose for them. So I really appreciate all of you um, who were here to watch that or watch that on the replay. Please share that out. I know that the initial video that I made got shared a lot, but I please encourage you to share out the video, the live stream from last night, where Brian and James clear their names, because it is as important, if not more important, than debunking David. We need to refocus our attention on his victims, on David's victims. That's where the views need to be going. So please share it. If you're a creator, please share it to your viewers on social media, wherever you want. Please share that last night's stream. Who knows? Maybe you're the one that will. Maybe you are the one that posted on Twitter or Facebook or something that will cause it to go viral on Twitter or Facebook, and it will send a message to all of the other victims of David Solomon and let them know that they're not alone. They're not the only one, that they don't have to be afraid. Who knows? I never in a million years that I thought that I was ever going to end up here. I'm just a small, tiny channel on YouTube. You never know. So I'm going to get out of here and skedaddle and take my YouTube vacation. I know. Trust me. Promise. Trust me. I promise. Promise, Angel. Trust me. I love you all. I love you all so much. Please share. Please share. If you come across any of this type of thing again, be cautious and careful. Cautious and careful. Fact check. It's so important to fact check this stuff. We don't want to create victims. That's not what we're about. We're better than that. As a community, we're better than that. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to have a great couple of days off, and I'll talk to you all soon.